Hello everyone. Today we're going to ask the cards about our relationships. I prepared for you two options. These are the cards. You can choose either from the drawings here or either from the items. The first one is traditional Bulgarian pottery. It's a bell, little one, and it says here it's time for love. The second one is this beautiful little cup that says I love you. I think they are very good for our occasion, and both of them are presents for me from my husband. So what you can do is just take your time and choose one of the options. If you like, you can close your eyes or just use your intuition, or whatever comes to your mind, it will be your option. I'll wait for a little while for you to choose, and then we can proceed. So I'll just wait here just a little bit, and if you're ready, we can go on. So I'll move this here, because this is the first one. We're asking the cards about our relationships with our partner. This is interesting card that just popped in. Whenever you're thinking about a person or your husband or a boyfriend or just somebody that you like, doesn't matter, the card will tell us what is the situation between us. So we're asking the cards and now we'll see what's gonna be. So I'm gonna choose 3 cards for you and 3 cards for your partner. This is the earthly level for you, and then the second one is the emotional level for you, and the third one is the spiritual level for you. The first card here is for your partner, earthly level, emotional level, and spiritual level. And the last and final card is going to tell us the final. So okay, so these are the cards for the option number 1. Here we have the cards for you, and here we have the cards of your partner, and here this is the final card which gives us the final solution of these relationships. Here we have the earthly level of your relationships, which means what connects you in earthly level. You have the card of death, and for him we have Ace of Wands. They're very different cards. Here you have the major arcana, and the card of death represents inevitable change. Normally this change is very fast, and normally with this card we can tell whatever's coming is better for you, because clearly from all the rest of the cards I can see you don't feel very good in these relationships. So comparing these 2 cards here, the person can give you a lot of powerful and sexual relationships and emotions. Normally we connect this card with a lot of sexual energy. And comparing with this card of Death here, you're not very pleased by that, because from this, the rest of the cards, you want something really different. So either you already left these relationships or you're about to do it, because here you want to change and you want it to be immediately, because you don't want only sexual relationships. They're not complete, there's no full happiness in it, and it's very, very different from what you want from the rest of the cards, what I can see. Here on the emotional level, you have the card of the Empress, which is a beautiful card. It represents the great energy of the mother, of the family and the children, and all the happiness a person can imagine. You can see her, she's happy, she's pregnant, she has a wound, and it's all full of life, and the tree, it's with fruits. So from this card we can clearly see that what you want from these relationships is to have a family and to be a mother. And that's great, because everyone deserves that, and that's quite normal actually. And comparing with this card here, you don't have it, because normally death can destroy everything. Here for the card of your partner, we have Six of Cups, which is the card for the soulmates, for the people that we know from our pasts. People that can be very, very near to us, and with them we can have a lot of great relations and empathy and happiness. And you see, he's giving her flowers, and she's looking at him like he's something really precious. And that's really great. But we have other cards that says something really different. On a spiritual level, you have the card Nine of Swords. It's a quite heavy energy actually, because the biggest card in a smaller arcana are number 10. So if we say that 10 of Swords, it means that you're really, really wounded, like very near to your death, emotional. You have the 9 of them here. So you feel betrayed, because we're talking about relationships. You feel so much wounded. You barely have strength to get up from your bed. And this is really tough, very tough situation. You see, she's alone here, and with her pets and her books. So she doesn't want to go to the window and see it's the sun is rising. She doesn't have a strength to do it, because it's crucial. And the partner that she has is King of Pentacles. This is the card that we have for your partner here on the spiritual level. Normally, that kind of man, it's quite good. He's very reliable. He's very, very secure to have him around you. Normally, that kind of person, he's very hardworking, so he knows how to make money to provide you security and material stuff. But we're talking here about the spiritual level. You see the way you feel, see the way he feels. He looks quite happy actually. He has a glass full of his wine. He has food here. It's a cake, I think. He has his money, and he looks quite happy here. But he's alone, and giving the position of the card that this is a spiritual level, I think this person here, he's taking care only about himself, and here he only try to make you think that he is your soulmate, because the only thing that he's giving you actually is sexual emotions, and this is not a complete relationship. And actually, when we look at the final card, this is Seven of Cups. It's the card of illusions. So he's giving you these illusions. He's trying to make you think that he's your soulmate, that he's taking care of you, but all he can give you is this: a lot of powerful sexual emotions, and actually he's taking care only about himself. It's not a good situation, not at all. It's quite heavy, and actually you have only one sword left. I think that the time to leave these relationships before you're completely gone is now. And from the last card here, this is the Eight of Cups. The card represents actually a very determined decision. We see here this lady, she has 8 full cups, but it's not enough for her, so she's leaving. And the decision is made and she's not going back. Which is actually what the first card told us, that you know what to do. Either you already done it or you're about to do it. For some people, this 8 cups full with feelings could be enough, but from all these cards, I don't think that this is your card. And this 8 cups full with sexual energy, and from these 2 cards, illusions about the soulmates, I don't think this is your scenario, because you want to have a family. So the advice of the cards can be, please be careful and try to find the strength to stand up from your bed and see that you can go away. I wish you good luck, and I think everything will be for the better. So this is about the first option. These are the cards that we have for the option number 2, and the little cup that says I love you. Here are the cards for you. Here are the cards for the person that you're thinking of. The first cards that we have here are on the earthly level, and the card that we have for you is here, the Knight of Wands, and for your person we have Four of Wands. Normally the person that we recognize here on this card, these are people that they are quite young by the spirit, with very positive and young energy. I'm sorry. They could be quite impatient because they are the fire people, and the ones we have normally astrological signs by the fire, like Leos or Aries. So these people, they normally quite like their freedom, and they don't like actually the rules, so they don't like to follow the rules. They normally work with great desire. They're very passionate people, but as we said, they're very impatient, and if they want something, normally they want it just now. This is the characteristic of this card, and if we put it here on the earthly level, we see that this person here can be very determined in what he wants, and what she wants in the case, because here is the lady cards. And here for your partner we have this card. It's Four of Wands. This is the family card. This is the card that represents the achievement of the family, our children, our new home, our happiness. So what we can say here from these two cards is that what your partner wants from you is to have a family, and to have prosperity and stability, and to have it with you, because here you can see the lady. She's sitting here in front of her home, and here is her child, and here you are, very young and immature, with your own desires and passions. It looks like you're not really ready here to be mature for that kind of relationships. But let's see what the other cards are telling us. Here we have the emotional level for you, and here for your partner. You have the card Five of Wands, which is telling us that actually you're not quite happy, because here is the card of the everyday battles at home, at work. It's like you're never happy enough and never satisfied from everything you're getting from life, and you just want something more and more. And if you don't like something, you're not afraid to fight for it, which is good from one side. Which is not very good is that kind of relationships can be really tense, and there is no actually a lot of harmony here in this card, because see here there is no winner, never. So it's non-stop fighting over something, and people here, one is looking this way, the other is looking this way, they are never going to have the solution. The card of your partner here is the major arcana of the Lovers. This is the card that represents the family, the prosperity, the love, and the harmony. I think this is what your partner wants, and maybe he said it a couple of times, or you know it, but you think for very different things here and on the emotional level, because he thinks of a family and the partnerships, and you're thinking of how I'm gonna win. And win for what? Here this card represents really small things. They're not that big, because the number is 5. Okay, they may be big enough for you, but this card here is really bigger. And seeing these cards here on the emotional level, you think of very different things actually, and feel very different in these relationships. Here we have the cards of the spiritual level. This is your card, which says that you could be very good at your work, a good master. You could have a new proposition for work, but looking here at your relationships, because it's a 3 of Pentacles, we don't have emotions here. It's quite earthly card, and her place is here actually. But this card is here on the spiritual level, so actually the card represents dealing with your partner, making decisions, talking, and wanting stuff from the partner, trying to discuss, but not in an emotional way, in a very practical way, because here we don't have feelings, we have material things. I think you're not very satisfied from the relationships, and you have your own reasons, because as we said here in the beginning, you're quite passionate person, and it's not very easy for you to be satisfied, because if you want something, you want it just now, and you like to have a fight. It's not a big deal for you. It's just another day with some fights. It's okay. But for your for the person that you're thinking of, or your partner or your husband, it's quite crucial actually, because 3 of Swords is telling us this is the heart that bleeds, and this person feels so wounded that he's on his bed, and it's not very good position to be, because this person, he wants to have a family with you and to have children, a new home and harmony, actually everything he's offering you. So I'm gonna put this down to see the final card here, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Normally this guy here, he knows his way. He's not very fast in his decisions. Actually, he's quite slow in it. But when he knows his way, he's going, and he's very determined to do it. So, given the situation here, from what we can see, that you're really not very happy here and you want to do it your way. You don't like to follow the rules in this family, and with the dealing here with your partner, I think every one of you will find his way. So whenever you have something to decide or your partner has something to decide, you will do it. There is no definite card here for the end or definite solution for these relationships. But one thing is clear here, that his heart is wounded and he's not happy. Actually, I don't see that you're happy as well. Maybe it's time for you to think about everything and have a nice talk with your partner and be honest about the things. What do you want? What he wants? So someday you can have some more clarity. And if we see here the last card, it's the card of death. This is the card of the change that is coming. So whenever you decide, you can have it, and it can be better. So good luck and all the best for you.